Welcome, River Ridge Knights. It's that time of year again. Course selection for 2021-2022. This is your River Ridge counseling team here, and we're going to walk you through the process.
First, you need to consider your graduation requirements. You will have to earn 24 specific credits in courses needed for graduation, or 18 for the Excel 18 credit diploma option. You will need to maintain a 2.0 unweighted cumulative GPA, and you will have to pass the FSA Reading and Writing exam and the Algebra 1 EOC or earn concordant scores. The specific required courses for either diploma option are 4 credits of English, 4 credits of math including Algebra 1 and geometry, 3 credits of science, specifically biology and 2 other science courses, 1 credit of world history, 1 credit of American history, a half a credit of American government, a half a credit of economics, and those courses marked with an asterisk will require that you take an end-of-course exam that will count as 30% of your course grade. You must complete 1 credit of a fine performing or practical art, and you will have to have electives that will differ depending on the 24 or 18 credit diploma option. For the 24 diploma option, you must complete HOPE or another combination of classes that will satisfy the HOPE requirement, and you will have to complete 1 online course.
So what is considered on track? As we said earlier, you need a 2.0 unweighted cumulative GPA. That means it's an average of C's. So if you're getting D's in your classes, it's okay for one class that was extremely hard, depending on what your goal is. But if you're averaging D's, that's going to put you cumulatively around a 1.0, which is not okay for graduation. Also, credits earned. When you're in 9th grade, at the very end of the year, you should end with 6 credits. That means each semester, you're ending with 3 credits. 3 credits first semester, 3 credits second semester. 10th grade should be 12 credits at the end of the year, and 11th grade should be 18. If you do not have these credits, you need to come talk to your counselor and develop a plan. You can repeat classes that you earned a D or F in. Credits can be made up with the following options. You can take an online class, either through Pasco eSchool or Florida Virtual School. You can do Apex Credit Recovery, which is an actual course where you earn an elective credit and you make up the classes that you have failed. There's adult education, which is night school, and also we have a summer school program where you can also make up credits. It's important to see your counselor to develop a plan. Take action.
In planning your courses, we need to point out a few key things about the Bright Future Scholarship. You must be passing classes that mirror graduation requirements, and additionally, you must have 2 levels of the same foreign language. So, for an example, Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. You will also need to earn community service hours and SAT or ACT test scores that would deem you eligible for either the Florida Academic Scholar or the Florida Medallion Scholar Award. The details for what would make you eligible are listed. The Florida Academic Scholar requires a 3.5 weighted GPA in the required courses, 100 hours of community service, and ACT or SAT scores that have gone up from last year to this year. The Florida Medallion requires a 3.0 weighted GPA in the required courses, 75 hours of community service, and ACT or SAT scores as well. So now we need to walk through the process of choosing your courses. The course descriptions are listed on the high school website, and I want to remind you to choose your classes with your future in mind, not what classes your friends are taking, but what classes will benefit you.
Let's complete a sample course card together. First, let's begin. Most importantly, write your name, student number, and next year's grade level. Then you're going to mark your core class selections: an English class, math class, social studies class, and a science class. Remember when we were talking about graduation requirements that only 3 sciences are required to graduate, one of them being biology. Some students might have already met this requirement and do not need an additional science credit. That's perfectly fine. You can also choose to take an additional science credit. Note that in this example, I chose for my science class AP Environmental. For an AP class, you must submit an AP agreement form with your course card. This can be found on the River Ridge website. These core classes are your choices for next year. Remember that your teachers will also be going into my student in the next upcoming days and making recommendations on how they feel you would do next year. So it's important that you speak to your teachers this week to see that you guys are both on the same page to avoid issues down the road.
Now on to the fun stuff, your electives. On the back side of your course card, or on the right side of this page, you can see the elective options. We want you to number your elective choices in priority order 1 through 4. If you're choosing a half-year course, like PE, please also choose another half-year course, maybe like creative writing, that will equate to 1 full credit of electives. Be sure to be choosing electives that will meet the graduation requirements of a fine performing or practical art, as well as HOPE. Remember that schedule changes are very limited, so make your selections carefully. If you are choosing Pasco eSchool or a PHSC placeholder, you must consult with your counselor because there are processes that must be followed. What's next? Talk with parents, teachers, and us, the school counselors, about courses for next year. Counselors will be available at the counselor booth outside of the cafeteria during all lunches this week. Counselors are available to My School Online students as well for questions. Email your grade level counselor. Submit your course card along with any extra documents like your AP agreements or off-campus waivers or senior lunch requests to your English teacher by January 22nd. My School Online students can submit those directly to the grade level counselor. And last, we will enter your course requests. All students will enter course requests in My Student with counselors through the English classes beginning January 27th.
See the River